Gosh, this brings back a lot of memories. This is the old store where I used to work when I was like 13 years old. And at the time, it was a really large jewelry store for Wilmington, and it was a bustling store. If they got busy and they needed to go get a piece of merchandise from understock, we'd have a basement here and walk down the steps. Yeah, but this was the original ceiling. You could hear the floorboards because there would be so many people on the sales floor. And I remember it was it was very unnerving because it would be like you'd hear like, you know, the floor roaring. I think I was introduced as helping to wipe the jewelry showcases to make sure there were no fingerprints on them. My father just loved people. He enjoyed making people happy more than anything and enjoyed the relationships and the people. It was always a great gift to see him get excited if he saw somebody that he hadn't seen in years and could remember their background. My father grew up in Niagara Falls, New York. He served in World War II. He was stationed in Fort McClellan, Alabama, outside of Birmingham, and that's where he met my mother.
So I'm thinking, okay, and I tell my mother, she said, you can't go out with a soldier for dinner. They're working for the whole world for us. We have to be nice to them. So she said, you'll just have to let him come here and eat dinner. So that's how we met. We got married during the war. All of a sudden, he gets word that he's going to have a furlough. Well, that meant he's going overseas.
The din of battle in the air, on land and from the sea, reaches a terrific crescendo.
If he said anything where he was, they'd cross it out. But one time he said they're on their way to Japan. And that was pretty tough.
He did receive a Purple Heart. He never really talked about his experiences during the war. It was just something he just kept to himself. After the war, he wanted to be in the jewelry business like his brother. They found a store for sale in downtown Wilmington, North Carolina, and that's where they settled and started a life in 1946. He just loved people.
I think I love people. And if I meet a mechanic, I'll talk about cars. If I meet a preacher, I'll talk about religion, which is a bad subject to discuss. And I always loved.
He enjoyed making people happy more than anything and enjoyed the relationships. You know, my mother was a very intelligent woman and was the one that kept my father straight. She wrote the checks, she kept the money. She was the CFO of the household, if you will.
I said, you had to find your destiny, that's all. Which is what he did.
Mr. Bill Zimmer and his wife Roberta started the company. Just one store right there downtown Wilmington, and their passion and drive and really personable nature is what really founded the company that you see today.
So I actually have a lot of memories of my grandfather. He was just genuinely like the nicest guy. He always loved people. REEDS in Wilmington was known for being the first business downtown to offer credit to minorities. He loved truly everybody.
He was so happy for everybody. He was happy to see salespeople become managers, managers to become supervisors, supervisors to become executives.
My grandmother was more of a businesswoman. She was really, you know, what helped to keep the business running and the business side. She held tight to the things that she loved more than anybody in the entire world.
She wanted to be in the action with the malls. She wanted to see people have success. She worked until she was over 90. Couldn't be greater grandparents.
While my parents are no longer here, we still cherish their value systems to treat other people as they want to be treated. I think it's that same value system that I try to live and breathe by every day, and that I hope my nephews and nieces and children will live by. I think it was a moment of realization during late high school and early college that I wanted to come back into the family business. It seemed exciting, it seemed like a fun business, and I thought it was something that we could grow and make into something bigger than it was. And you know, there are challenges when a new generation comes in with an older generation. And my father was very supportive, but he was also set in his ways. At the time, my father had 17 individual stores, which was a pretty good sized chain at the time, but each of them were autonomously run as our own business. You know, I'm arguing with my father that this makes no sense, that we could have one central account, and with the outside accountant I was really arguing with. And in the end, my father, you know, very quickly said, do what you want, just let me have my downtown Wilmington store to run as I see fit. Whether it was accounts payable, human resources, billing and credit, all the functions that we today have. And we tried to bring that all in-house, and it just required more people, more centralization. So the big joke among my children and Mark and the next generation says, Dad, we'll just give you the Mayfair store. You can run it and let us run everything else. I said, not so quick. Mark is probably the kindest young man that you'll ever meet. I see the vision in his eyes, and I see my father in him.
If I got to take a sip of coffee during a question or something, is that fine, or just?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
REEDS was Bill and Roberta's happy place. He'd be so proud today knowing the grandchildren working for REEDS, the third generation. I mean, that's what he wanted. My name is Mark Schreiber. I'm the Vice President of Store Operations for REEDS Jewelers and the Head of Recruiting. My favorite job 100% is making sure our people are happy and that they love coming to work for REEDS.
I love selling. I love working with different people. I meet all kinds of people, which is so much fun because everyone's completely different.
I really love the fact that it's a true family environment. I wanted to go somewhere that I knew that I could grow my career with and really set myself up for future development.
They do put an emphasis on you as a manager, as an associate. I came in from the lowest position available for the company and worked my way up. If you have the passion for it, it's a great company to build a career with.
Our store managers are the frontline workers for our company, and my job between the home office and them is to be sure they have everything they need. We believe in honesty, doing right for the customer. We're all on the same page. We all want to win. We want to better people's lives, and anything we can do to help make that happen, that's our goal in life. We're adding new stores to the company. The future's brighter than it's ever been, and we're all excited about that. Right now, we have the third generation is working full-time for the company, or Brittany, Jenna, and myself. They're very involved. They care about the success of the company and do whatever it takes to help us become successful.
Hi, I'm Brittany Zimmer. I am a buyer at REEDS, and I do diamond buying. That was my main job when I first started, and it's still my favorite job. I love making people's lives different. I love being part of their big special occasions, and I think diamond buying and being part of the diamond world and part of the jewelry world really helps with that. If anybody ever had a question if we were family, it was shown during COVID. We all stood together, and I think we're really lucky to have the best people that I know and the best people in the industry. I think what excites me is the development. Being able to be nimble and get into trends fast and get out of trends fast. There are so many unique materials that are coming out now. Finding a way to bring that to our customer and help them celebrate themselves and the moments that they're part of is really, really special, so they don't just feel like they're wearing another piece of jewelry. So Jenna is my younger sister. She's 2 years younger than me. She's a leader. I mean, that's Jenna's true word, is she's a leader. She is driven beyond driven. I mean, literally the girl works herself to death. My husband thinks I'm a workaholic, but I think of it as just a pleasure to get to be a part of something that's so special and beyond me. Really near and dear to my heart, because I help to manage the e-commerce space, is making sure that we are an omni-channel company, that we are growing both digitally and in store and helping to have those synergies between the two. I think there's a ton of opportunity, and the way that REEDS is investing in being data first and focusing on the customer. We have in-house data scientists now that are focusing on opportunities and studying the lifetime value of our customers and what is driving customers to come back. At the start of COVID and rapid time, we launched buy online, pick up in store. We have virtual concierge appointments. We launched same-day delivery. We also have dynamic ship date on our website. We've hired in-house developers to allow us to build these types of opportunities to serve our customers. A lot of the decisions that we made as a company is we test, we learn, and we listen to our customers, and that's like the ethos, the core driver of the brand and the business.
You got to find your passion in life, and I found mine, and it appears that they're finding theirs.
Anybody who shops at REEDS is family. REEDS' legacy is helping people in general, and that's not just our clients, it's also our employees.
The truth is that, and my father always taught me, is you want to treat others the way that you want to be treated. Business is cyclical, but the key is to make sure that you surround yourself with great people because they're going to make you even better.
This wasn't built by my father or my grandfather alone. It was built with every single person at REEDS.
We're all on the same page. Nobody's better than anybody else. We're one big team.
That's what it's all about, helping people. If you want to know the truth, that's what it's all about.
We got wonderful people with us, and our managers with us now will someday be district managers. Some of the district managers will be in executive office. I predict a brilliant future for every one of our people that stick with us.
The greatest thing about being in the jewelry business is that people come to see you for happy occasions. Every day I get up, I can't wait to get to work. If you enjoy making people happy, then you should be in the jewelry business.